But I now made some observations about the things that he has been accused of doing in the past. Corruption. Sarah reporter reported a story where his staff was caught with money. He tried to explain it, but I was not satisfied. Then I also raised the issue about these issues of him using state resources in Anambra to invest in his family business. His explanation to me in his defense was that he had resigned from the company before he became a governor. I was flabbergasted. I couldn't just wait to get up to leave the place. I'm like, how can a man that wants to be president of Nigeria not see the clear abuse? You understand? That he has abused his office to do such a thing. He was justifying it. He didn't see anything wrong in it. I was completely disgusted. If the opposition presents Peter Obi, I will vote Tinubu. Because we cannot have a situation where people, a man who leads a mob that terrorizes people online, that cannot tolerate criticism, that call people all sort of, anybody that does not support their candidate is an enemy of Nigeria. Anybody that does not support the candidate has been paid, has been compromised, is supporting the government. Who has Peter Obi criticized this government like the way I've criticized? Does Peter Obi even know what democracy is? What sacrifices has he made for democracy? Look, we have put our line on the line for this country, for preservation of democracy, at personal expense of prosecution. What kind of charges have we not faced in this country? At a time I was almost charged for terrorism.
Nigerians' opposition is in a turmoil once again. A war of words has broken out between a lawyer activist and one of Nigerians' most popular politicians, Deji Adeyanju, known for his fiery activism and fearless commentary. But this is not just another political quarrel. It is a crisis that has spilled into courtroom, a battle testing the very boundaries of free speech, professional ethics, and political survival. So what does this saga mean for law practice in Nigeria? How does it shape the game ahead of 2027? And could these legal fights decide the future of the opposition? This is the story of Deji Adeyanju vs. Peter Obi, law, politics, and the battle for 2027. On August 2025, Deji Adeyanju, a lawyer and activist, appeared on Channel's television Morning Brief. What he said sent shockwaves across the political space. He declared, without hesitation, "God forbid that I support APC, but if the opposition fields Peter Obi in 2027, I will vote Tinubu." This was more than a political statement. It was a rejection of Obi's candidacy. Deji accused Obi supporters of intolerance, harassment, and political toxicity. He went further, alleging that during the 2023 campaign, Obi himself offered him money in an attempt to buy his loyalty, an offer he claimed to have rejected. Within hours, Obi's legal team hit back, issuing a defamation notice. The lawyers demanded a retraction, a public apology, and a publication of corrections in at least 5 national newspapers. But Deji was defiant. His response: "Can't wait to meet him in court." The stage was set. What began as a political commentary had morphed into a full-blown legal battle.
Then he got into, because we're like in the living room, it's like a suite. Then he got into a room and said, "Oh, please, he's coming." That he wants to go inside the room and he has something for me. So he brought one envelope or something like that and said, "No, this is just a small thing. It's just for coming, blah, blah, blah." I said, I laughed. I said, "That means you don't know me." I said, "And you are friends with Mimiko, former Governor Mimiko and others. There are people that I was close to. You will have asked them about me. If we do anything, it's because of conviction. It's even me that will bring out of my money and support you."
To understand the depth of this crisis, we must first understand the players. Deji Adeyanju is not just an activist. He is a lawyer. That changes everything. his words carry extra weight because the Nigerian Bar Association expect lawyers to uphold integrity, caution, and professionalism even in public debates. But contracts, Peter Obi is not just a politician, he is a symbol. To millions, he represents hope for a new Nigeria, a break from the corrupt politics of the past. But to critics like Adeyanju, he is a political opportunist, a man who moves from party to party while claiming to be different. So when lawyer activists accuses a presidential hopeful of attempted robbery, the political clash instantly becomes a legal and ethical test case. At the heart of it are Nigerian defamation laws. Defamation, whether written or spoken, can be a civil wrong and sometimes even a criminal offense. Obi's lawyers argue that Adeyanju's words damaged Obi's reputation. Adeyanju, on the other hand, insists he's simply telling the truth and exercising his right to free expression. But there is more. The Nigerian legal profession has rules of professional conduct. Lawyers are cautioned against conduct unbecoming of a legal practitioner that includes reckless political commentary. Could Adeyanju himself face scrutiny from the NBA? Already, the case is exposing the blurry lines between free speech, professional ethics, and political strategy in Nigerian's democracy. The crisis isn't just about defamation, it is about lawfare, the weaponization of legal processes for political ends. In Nigeria, politicians and their opponents often turn to the courts, not always to win cases, but to win narratives. The pre-action notice itself, Obi's demand for its retraction, is already a political weapon. It tells the public, this man lied about me. On the other side, Adeyanju's refusal to apologize and his eagerness to face Obi in court is also strategic. It paints him as fearless, as someone unshaken by the so-called messiah of Nigerian politics. But the deeper implication lies in what the courts might reveal if this case proceeds. Witnesses like journalist Ike Abonye, who denies ever seeing Obi offer Adeyanju money, could be called to testify. Court records could expose private meetings, WhatsApp messages, and campaign dealings from 2023. Imagine what that could mean. In the heat of the 2027 campaign, every affidavit, every witness statement could become political ammunition. Yet, Nigeria lacks anti-SLAPP laws protections against lawsuits designed to silence critics. Without them, legal battles like this risks becoming endless cycles of intimidation, with reputations destroyed long before any judgment is delivered. For the Nigerian law practice, this case is a stress test. Can the courts handle defamation suits involving political figures without becoming mere battlegrounds for PR wars? But what does this mean for the political game ahead of 2027? The biggest winner, at the least for now, is the ruling APC. When opposition figures like Deji publicly rejects Obi, it feeds a powerful narrative. The opposition is divided. Obi cannot unite Nigeria. That's what it simply means in the minds of some Nigerians. That perception could be deadly in the coalition talks. Already, Deji has hinted that Atiku Abubakar, the PDP's 2023 presidential candidate, might have a better shot than Obi if opposition elects cannot rally behind a single candidate. Tinubu and the APC could cruise to re-election almost unchallenged. For Obi, the crisis exposes his greatest weakness. While he has millions of passionate supporters, he struggles to win over elects, activists, and political insiders. Without their buy-in, he risks becoming a populist figure without a viable path to victory. Meanwhile, Deji's legal and political gamble positions him as a kingmaker of sorts. If he wins in court or even just survives without a damaging judgment, he could shape elite opinion against Obi. If he loses, Obi's supporters will claim vindication, rally around their candidate with renewed energy. Either way, this crisis ensures that the battle for 2027 will not just be fought at campaign rallies, it will also be fought in Nigerians' courts. Beyond the law and politics, This crisis speaks to the soul of Nigerian's democracy. At its core is a question: how do we balance free speech with accountability? How do we stop defamation from destroying reputations while preventing powerful figures from silencing critics through endless lawsuits? For the legal profession, it is a call for introspection. Lawyers like Deji Adeyanju must remember that their words carry professional consequences. The Nigerian Bar Association may soon need to decide: should lawyer be sanctioned for reckless public commentary, or should their rights to political activism be protected at all costs? For politics, the lesson is clear. Division within the opposition only strengthens the ruling class. The APC thrives when voices like Deji and Obi clash in public. And for Nigerians, the message is sobering. Democracy is not just about voting, it is about how we handle conflict, dissent, and accountability in the years between elections. The Deji vs. Obi crisis is more than a feud. It is a window into the future of law and politics in Nigeria. In the courtroom, it will test the limit of defamation law, professional ethics, and judicial independence. In the political arena, it will test the opposition's ability to unite or collapse before 2027. So, as the lawyers file their motions and politicians plot their moves, one question remains: will this legal battle decide not just reputations, but the fate of Nigerian's democracy itself? Only time will tell. Nigerian's future is not decided by silence. Stay informed, stay engaged on Frank Speaks. And once again, thank you so much for watching this video on this channel.